Again, this for a moment. Every single day, millions of men are desperately trying to raise their testosterone. They're buying supplements, pushing themselves through brutal workouts, experimenting with biohacks, and sometimes even considering hormone therapy. But what if I told you that one of the most underrated, most powerful, and most accessible ways to support your testosterone isn't hidden in some complicated protocol, but in something so simple that most people ignore it every day? Walking. That's right, just walking. And not 20,000 steps, not running marathons, just 8,000 steps. Today, we're diving deep into what happens inside your body, your metabolism, your brain, and especially your hormones when you hit this magic number. And the truth is way more fascinating and way more important than most men realize. When we talk about testosterone, most people immediately think about heavy weights, high-intensity exercises, and strict diets. And those things can help, yes, but they ignore a fundamental principle of human physiology. Your hormones respond to the overall environment your body is living in. Walking is not just movement, it's a metabolic signal. A signal that tells your body, I'm active, I'm healthy, I'm not stressed, I'm doing what a human body is designed for. Humans did not evolve to sit in chairs for 10 hours a day. Our bodies expect slow, continuous movement. That's how our ancestors survived. Walking miles every single day, gathering food, scanning the environment, traveling between safe locations, migrating. Their hormones were optimized for that lifestyle. Modern life completely breaks that pattern. We sit too long, we don't move enough, and the worst part? Our metabolism slows down even if we exercise intensely. That's the key misunderstanding. You can hit the gym for 45 minutes, but if you sit for the remaining 10 hours of the day, your body still experiences sedentary hormone suppression. Walking is the antidote. Not intense, not extreme. Just consistent, steady, low-effort activity that your physiology loves. It reduces cortisol, keeps insulin sensitivity high, pushes blood flow, clears metabolic waste, regulates energy, and improves mitochondrial function. All factors tightly tied to testosterone production. So before we even talk about the 8,000 step magic, you need to understand this. Walking isn't just exercise. It's a foundational hormonal lifestyle input. If you really want to understand why walking affects testosterone, you need to know what testosterone is sensitive to. And surprisingly, lifting heavy weights is not the number one factor. Testosterone fluctuates based on insulin sensitivity, inflammation levels, stress, cortisol, body fat percentage, sleep quality, blood flow to the testes, mitochondrial efficiency, overall energy balance. Every one of these is dramatically impacted by daily step count. Think about this. When you walk, your muscles act like a giant glucose sponge, pulling sugar out of the blood, stabilizing insulin. When insulin is stable, testosterone rises. When inflammation drops, testosterone rises. When cortisol drops, testosterone rises. When blood flow improves, testosterone rises. Walking checks all of these boxes. This is why extremely fit people who do intense workouts can still have low testosterone if they barely move the rest of the day. They're missing the base layer of movement that hormones depend on. Why not 5,000? Why not 10,000? Why specifically 8,000? Let's break it down. Research consistently shows that 8,000 steps is where the most significant shift in metabolic health happens. Below that, health markers start becoming noticeably worse: waist size, cholesterol, blood sugar, resting heart rate, and inflammation all trend upward. But the most important insight is this. This is the level of movement that feels natural to your hormone system. What's unique about 8,000 steps? It burns enough calories to keep fat storage low. It activates your leg muscles for long periods. It keeps your nervous system calm. It prevents metabolic slowdown. It improves blood circulation to hormone-producing organs. It keeps cortisol under control. It supports better nighttime sleep. If you only walk 2,000 to 4,000 steps per day, your body is basically in sleep mode metabolically. You're not using enough energy to keep the hormone machinery active. At 8,000 steps, your system wakes up. The difference is night and day. Here's something almost no one talks about. Extra body fat lowers testosterone more than aging does. Fat tissue produces an enzyme called aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. More fat equals more conversion. Walking 8,000 steps a day is one of the easiest and most sustainable ways to lower body fat, not by intense calorie burning, but by improving metabolic function. Here's how. You're increasing daily energy expenditure, you're reducing insulin spikes, you're improving fat oxidation, you're lowering chronic inflammation from excess fat, you're preventing muscle loss by increasing circulation. Walking literally makes your body friendlier to testosterone. When men stick to high step counts for weeks and months, body fat consistently goes down even without changing diet. Fat loss alone is one of the strongest testosterone boosters known. Cortisol is testosterone's rival. High cortisol equals low testosterone. They compete in a biochemical tug of war. Intense workouts can spike cortisol. Work stress spikes cortisol. Sleep deprivation spikes cortisol. Fasting improperly spikes cortisol. But walking reduces cortisol almost instantly. It shifts your body into a parasympathetic state, calmer, more balanced, more stable. That means your testosterone-producing machinery is no longer being suppressed all day long by your stress hormones. This alone is one of the biggest reasons men feel better, clearer, and more confident when they consistently walk. It's not a placebo. It's hormonal. Testosterone is produced while you sleep, specifically during deep sleep in REM cycles. But if your body is not physically active enough during the day, your circadian rhythm becomes weak, your sleep quality drops. You spend less time in deep sleep, and, logically, your testosterone suffers. Walking 8,000 steps reinforces your circadian clock. It tells your brain, yes, I used my body today. Now it's time to rest. People who walk more fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, wake up less often, produce more nighttime testosterone, have better morning erections, have more stable hormone patterns. The sleepwalking testosterone triangle is extremely strong and extremely underrated. Most people forget that the testes need blood flow to function properly. Without strong circulation, hormone production decreases. Walking increases lower body blood flow dramatically. And when blood flow increases, nutrient delivery increases. Oxygenation increases. Waste removal increases. All of that creates the ideal environment for testosterone production. It's the reason men who walk consistently often notice improvements in libido, erection quality, and general energy. Hormones need highways. Walking builds the highways. Going to the gym 4 to 5 times per week is great. But if your step count is low, you're still living a largely sedentary lifestyle. Walking keeps your metabolism elevated throughout the day. Here's the comparison. Gym only, 1 hour active, 15 hours sedentary. Walking consistently, 3 to 5 hours lightly active. Lower cortisol, better insulin, more stable hormones. The gym is the bonus. Walking is the foundation. When men combine both, testosterone results explode. This is something rarely discussed. Men who walk more feel more in control of their lives. Why? Because walking increases dopamine tone, reduces anxiety, and clears mental fog. When your mind is calmer and more focused, your stress drops. When stress drops, testosterone goes up. It's a positive feedback loop. Walking can literally change your personality over time. You become less reactive, more grounded, more confident, more stable. Your hormones don't just respond to your body, they respond to your life. Walking improves both. Here's what most men report after 1 month. Better erections, higher morning testosterone, lower belly fat, tighter waist, more energy, better sleep, more motivation, less irritability, higher libido, better workouts, lower resting heart rate, better digestion, improved insulin sensitivity. These are not small changes, these are foundational shifts. And the best part? Walking is not a chore. It's not painful. It doesn't require equipment. You can do it anywhere, anytime. Here are effortless strategies. 10-minute walk after each meal, 3 per day, equals 3,000 steps. Park farther from entrances. Take calls while walking. Do a morning sunlight walk. Do a short walk before bed. Walk while listening to podcasts or music. Use walking as productive thinking time. If you intentionally walk just 20 to 30 minutes daily, you'll hit 8,000 sleep. The key is consistency, not perfection. You don't need extreme fitness routines. You don't need expensive supplements. You don't need magic hacks. You need what your body has always needed. Movement. 8,000 steps is not exercise. It's a biological requirement. Your hormones depend on it. Your metabolism depends on it. Your sleep depends on it. Your testosterone depends on it. If you want to be a stronger man physically, mentally, and hormonally, start with your steps.